the oppression is only enjoyed by those that are directly benefiting from it. The rest are oppressed. This is why now resistance turns around and says, uncles, when you are resisting, because it changes everything that we know. It says when you are resisting, you have to follow these things. These are the things that you need to target. So it says, we've got these things that we have to deal with. One is called authority. They are called pillars of power. So where we're coming from knowing the ability to gain power from elections. So people have to take that mindset, put it away. You are going to use it later on after freedom. But now you have to put this mindset. There is something called the pillars of power. Resistance says there are pillars of power. There are 6 of them that an entity needs to actually turn around and hold power for 46 years. Number 1 pillar that ZANU-PF is using and continuously used, and it will continue to use it until we cut it off, is called authority. Number 2 is human resource.
Right.
Number 3 is tangible factors. Number 4 is material resources. And number 5, or number 6, it is sanctions. So there are 6. Now I'm going to go through quickly one by one.
Right.
Because these are the things that now, when you are resisting, every single action that you are doing, you have to put it in 1 or 2 or 3 of those things. Because when you are resisting, you are refusing. So it will deal with the refusal bit on authority. So it goes like this. Authority becomes the first source of power. It is the most important of all of them. Because authority deals with 2 things, especially when you're already under oppression. It deals with a group of people called the rulers.
Right.
So here now, it calls them the rulers, and it calls them the other people, us in general. It calls us the subjects. Even the language has changed. We don't say president anymore. This one has become a ruler. A ruler can only exist when a people have been captured. Because remember, we are a sovereign democratic republic country. We do not do rulership. So it turns around and says, here, now you've got a ruler. A ruler has a counter, a weight called subjects. The ruler, for the ruler to have authority, the ruler has to pass a command to the subjects. And the subjects have to follow that command.
Must obey.
Yes. When the subjects obey, the moment the subjects obey, they have given consent, meaning they have consent now is defined in resistance as the mental process to follow, to obey a command. Yeah. When they do that and they obey that command, automatically what they're transmitting to the ruler is legitimacy.
Right.
This is why in politics they normally say ZANU-PF is illegitimate. They are incomplete now when they say that. It can only be illegitimate when the consent is removed. When the consent is removed, now the ability to follow that command is no more.
Right.
Is no more. Now you can say this entity is illegitimate. This is why I'm not following it. Yeah. Now this is the preserve of the Zimbabwean people, and the ZANU-PF has used the ability for it to pass a command, and we follow as Zimbabwean people for 46 years. Resistance says we have to accept that.
Right.
For ZANU-PF to be here for 46 years and for ZANU-PF to sleep well tonight and wake up in the morning without fear is that we have followed the command.
Mm.
We have consented as what? As 18 to 20 million people. We have consented to the oppression of a less than 500 people.
Right.
So for us now to move in resistance, we have to withdraw the consent. Yeah. So we're going to come back to that later on. We move on to the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Human resource, pillar number 2. This is the power that the ruler uses. It is the numbers of people who obey him, cooperate with him, and provide him with special assistance. Yeah.
Right.
Proportionate of which are the people in general. So what is it saying there? It is saying that this entity that has taken power, this entity with less than 500 people, cannot run a country like Zimbabwe of 18 million people to 20 million people. It requires us as the population to do their bidding in running it. It requires human resource because it itself does not have the human, it does not have a warehouse where it can say, because Uncle Jed does not want to do this, I'm going to bring Uncle Jed 2 from the warehouse. It does not have a point to say, because Peter does not want to stand on his post as the army, I've got Peter point 2 from the warehouse. So it requires human resource for it to run because it and his cabal are not the ones running around in Zimbabwe, running in Zimbabwe. They run it from command. And it is accepted by Zimbabwean people. That's human resource. And then it moves on to say skills and knowledge. Skills and knowledge now are that thing that is found as special skills. Skills and knowledge is what the government of Zimbabwe, that is ZANU-PF, requires us as the population of Zimbabwe to continuously give them our skills and our knowledge. This moves all the way from the person who's selling tomatoes all the way to the nurse, to the doctor, all the way to the cleaner of the toilet in the government in the government office, all the way to the permanent secretaries, all the way from the police to the army, all the way to the courts, to everyone that works there, and all the way down to us here, simply by you turning around and walking the street. There are skills and there are knowledges that we give ZANU-PF for them to maintain power. Because without us, again, those 500 people cannot run. They do not have enough skills and enough knowledge to run that country by themselves. If they did, they would have not needed us. They would have removed us from their country called Zimbabwe that they've taken over. They would have killed all of us. So it relies on skills and knowledge. So that's 3. 4, it is the intangible factors. These are my favorite ones. It says that we as people give ZANU-PF this pillar 4. Intangible factors are defined as psychological and ideological factors such as habit, attitudes towards obedience and submission, that one gives to the ruler, psychological and ideological.